All right, we are back. And today we're gonna be doing some back testing of February on a random year. But essentially the reason I wanted to get into some back testing for the future is because we just had like this really good setup on Friday, like this A+ setup. A lot of influencers were talking about it. We came up, swept pretty much all sell side threatening draws higher, mitigated all 5 and 15 minute gaps. I think we also traded into the 4 hour. Yep. Hourly. Yep, mitigated all hourly gaps. Um, Swept all these internal highs, and then we got a nice 30-second inverse right here, which I took. Stop loss I put at the body just so we could get a good RR. Oh yeah, we also took out this data high. That's the main reason I took this, is because this was a PPI. Took out the data high, has data lows right here, and then also we had a data low right here, and then also had this unmitigated 30-minute. So this is like, I mean, as textbook as A+ as it can get. And it did end up delivering. We just had a really choppy day, to be honest. So we just came up, reswept, chopped around more, chopped around, and then we got our final resweep at around 11. Hold on. Yeah, so right here we had an SMT with ES. You can see right here. Swept all these highs. Pretty clear seek and destroy day. I mean, clearly we're just engineering buy side, engineering sell side, attacking both. But yeah, we got this final resweep with SMT at 11, and then we finally dump all the way to this unmitigated 30-minute and take out that news. So yeah, trade I guess technically did play out, just a lot of chop. So I guess you could count this as a stop raid, whatever the people be saying. um, but yeah, just a really choppy day. And honestly, I just wanted to backtest February to get more confident, and that's pretty much the only thing I really regretted coming into January is I didn't really backtest like the back end of the year, like November, December, January. I never really backtested that. I was always just backtesting the past, which I started trading during summer of 2025. So I've never traded winter price action, spring price action, end of the year, not even beginning of the year. So yeah, I just really wanted to get some actual sit down back testing, which I'm planning to do every week. I actually want to do at least a week of back testing data every weekend, or maybe even every day if I have the time for it. But yeah, let's get into this. I'm just gonna be spending for the year and the week, since we know we want to do February. And also it is February 1st today, so yeah, this week is gonna be our first week in February. All right, so 2023, week 3. All right, February of 2023, and yeah, we'll start here, and I'll just go to 2025. Yeah, we'll just go to 2025. Bro, what the? There we go. All right, pretty much at open right now. I hate when they like get me in like midway through New York, so I like that we're actually at open here. We just get all right. News, we got no news. Oh yeah, no news Monday. All right, let's just take a look at the daily. I always like zooming out in the daily really quick to just see what's going on here. Very clearly bullish. Did this get taken out yet? All right, this got taken out, this intermediate high, which was resting inside of this daily gap. So we could probably see at least a retrace lower if we're going to continue to be bullish, which is what we're doing here. You can see we are discount in the range. So if you wanted to get some sort of bullish push up out of this and continue to disrespect these PD arrays, which it seems like we're doing, this would be where we would do it. So we're in discount right now of the range. 4 hours still looking bearish though. We have these intermediate lows. If we want to take these out before going higher. This 4 hour. Okay, on the hourly, obviously we're looking bullish towards this 4 hour. Maybe gonna rebalance it. This is unmitigated as well. And then we also have another unmitigated 4 hour above us. So bare minimal, whether we're bullish or we're bearish, I think we're gonna come up and mitigate this 4 hour to either head lower or completely displace through it. We do have hourly gaps below that are unmitigated though, so we have to keep that in mind. Maybe we want to mitigate here before we go higher. Keep in mind that these are unmitigated, so we don't really have protected lows below us. Although, if this, yeah, this one got disrespected, so we're probably going to head lower. Might as well include all this. This is all pretty much one big hourly imbalance. What do we have inside of it on the 30-minute? Nothing. Pretty much LRL below. Yeah, honestly, I think because we swept this intermediate high, we want to go lower and rebalance in this leg. And then as for like the 4 hour, we are in discount. So maybe once we target that hourly, we get some push up, worst case scenario. Let me just see if I can find like a 30-minute condition. Yeah, like this is pretty good. If we inverse this 30-minute, then we're probably going to be bearish until we mitigate this hourly. No news though, so we got to make sure we're prepared for this. Maybe a little slight accumulation. All right, we manipulate lower. What do we trade into though? Okay, yeah, we manipulate, sweep all these internal lows. This is mitigated though. If this 30-minute wait, is there a 15-minute that's not mitigated? No, everything above here is mitigated. So it'd kind of be dumb to take longs here. This is also high resistance because we just swept a high time frame intermediate key level. So we're just gonna wait and see. Yeah. All right, we got 26 minutes to see if this 30-minute holds or not though. Yeah, it's looking like it's not. Low key, this wasn't a bad short. But the R would have been terrible. And we would have probably had to take in a 30-second. Trying to stray away from the 30 seconds because for me at least, they're hit or miss. Even though it seems like I'm taking A+ setups, like that short that I showed at the beginning, that happened on Friday was a 30-second, but it just didn't play out. And everyone was preaching that it was A+ as well. But whatever. All right, we mitigate this hourly. I'm sure we're going to displace through it. What time is it? All right, maybe a continuation shorts at 10 o'clock. If we make this 5-minute, which we did. Oh, wait. We just closed it. Yeah, it's going to be a choppy day. All right, we reswept this, traded into this 15-minute. Seems like price is rejecting off this level. I mean, we're just bouncing in between two hourlies. We're in between high resistance. It's just kind of dumb to take a trade here. Regardless if I wanted to take a short here, I would need to see this 3-minute get inversed. Or not 3-minute, 2-minute. Let's just see what happens here. Yeah. We take out all of this. Let me make sure I'm looking at ES. All right, no SMT. ES takes out all of this. Is anything above it? Yeah, ES still has the unmitigated 4 hour above it. I wouldn't be surprised if we head higher here. Maybe we get like a 5-minute pullback. There it is. Okay. I wouldn't be opposed to this. Now everything below us is pretty much mitigated, right? What else do we have? This hourly got mitigated. Yeah, everything's pretty much mitigated except for this gap that's like tiny. Yeah, longs here could be nice. Let me see what ES is doing. If ES rejected off of the... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I love this setup. Let's see if we even get an inverse. Yeah, we do. Okay. This isn't bad. The only issue that I have with this is the fact that ES is right now rejecting off of their 4 hour, and we haven't mitigated it. The fact that ES already rebalanced it just makes me fall out of love with this trade. If we at least had like good LRL to the upside, it would be nice, but we really don't. Realistically, because ES already mitigated it, we would be going BE at like this high, which is kind of, I want to say unsafe, but I'd rather just go BE when ES mitigates their 4 hour. Pretty obvious buy model here. I mean, we have SMT right here below here. We have slight accumulation above here. We're very clearly going to start disrespecting these bearish PD arrays. The only problem is just knowing when. And this would be like the only time we would be interacting with this 4 hour gap. So we'd basically be betting on the fact that now is the time we're going to transition from a sell model to a buy model. On a Monday, I don't know. That's just improbable. We'll just wait it out and see what happens. Of course it still delivers. Yeah. Yeah, so we probably just mitigate it and then chop around. I know we want to displace through it though, yeah. Makes sense. Well, can't be mad at fading a setup. 8:30. Yeah, we have 8:30 news, okay. What a wick. Alright. Data low hasn't been taken yet. Let's learn how to spell. This could be considered data high. I'm not going to call it data high, but we'll just mark it. I know a lot of people use the most recent like high next to it. All right, yeah, so 4 hour, we completely displaced through this one. I knew we were going to do that. I just really didn't want to be the one to disrespect the trend. Very clearly in a buy model now. ES is retracing into their 4 hour. NASDAQ also retracing into their 4 hour. There's an unmitigated one below on both assets, so we could head lower. Just keep that in mind. Two unmitigated 4 hours below. We're pretty discounted. I mean, yeah, if you want to take the range, we would be in a discounted PD array. We could see longs out of this. I want to see a Judah swing lower, though, and take out this data low. We're going to take longs. Oh, there you go. Let me make sure there's no other news. Yeah, 8:30. Okay. Trade into that 4 hour. Very good LRL up here if we want to go for it. I don't know if we do. or if we want to mitigate that lower one, even though in the hourly we mitigated it. Let's see what we get here. Good displacement. It's a 2-minute. It's not closed yet. One more minute. See. Nah, ES didn't inverse this. We'll wait. We'll wait. We still got draws higher. We'll wait. Nice. Okay, NASDAQ completely inverse theirs. I'd be looking at something like this since we rejected off of this gap. 1-to-1 up to this LRL, and also technically the high up here if you wanted to consider that data high. I really hate the fact that ES didn't inverse, but let me see. Did we sweep any key levels? Not necessarily. I'll be more tempted if we saw that displacement out of ES as well. Does ES have a 5? No. They closed the 5. ES has a 4-minute though that they're inside of right now. We'll see. Maybe we get a little bit of a pullback because ES has to rebalance. Okay. Yeah, now I'm a lot more confident in this. Go for a 1-to-1. Let's see if we can run all this buy side. I don't know if I want to have my stop loss that low though. I'm very tempted to just hit something like this. Because I mean, realistically, like what's really protected in this run lower? Really nothing. So I'm willing to have a bigger stop loss because I know we're probably gonna have some bearish pressure come in because the ES is still technically in that gap. But I'm confident in this. Confident in this draw. And we have no other news. Time alignment, it's 9:41. Yeah, we'll take this. BE will be, find something here. We don't really have much for a BE. Probably the next leg of these highs, like here. That's a good BE. But there's nothing really like protected here, like anything that I could see a reversal off of. Yeah, we'll go BE there. Nice. How high do we run this? Yeah, so we run all the way to this data high. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Very good setup here. This is exactly what I look for. When we're looking for 930 Judas, this is what I mean. Come down, rebalance every key level. Like, nothing was left. Everything's pretty much protected now, which essentially makes it a no-risk trade. Come up with volatility, not like a half-ass inverse, like an actual good inverse. Come up, inverse the 2-minute. Although ES took some time, I was willing to play a few extra candles just to make sure that we're actually getting the displacement that we want. And then all this LRL, like nothing's protecting it. Nothing is high resistance in this leg. Nothing's protected. Like no SMT, nothing. Very good trade. All right, Wednesday. 8:30 again. What is it? Retail. Okay. Again, data low intact. Data high is not. This time we actually have a clear idea that data high is taken. All right. On the 4-hour, again, we're still displacing up. My bias of this being a buy model now, still playing out. 4 hours mitigated. It seems like we're just going to come up, displace higher. I'm still bullish. Although, I mean, this would be considered protected or high resistance, not protected, high resistance. Could be protected as well, but I highly doubt. Is that an SMT? No, yeah. So high resistance draws higher. I guess it would be smarter to short. kind of a neutral bias coming into today. I'm not gonna lie. This is a hourly gap sponsoring this intermediate low, so if we see that get swept, and then this is also an intermediate high. So if you see that get swept, preferably I want to see price head higher and sweep this though. No, preferably I want to see price head lower, sweep this, and then go higher, because this gap should support price. If this is like actually reaccumulation, technically buy side of the curve still isn't done because we still have LRL above engineered liquidity, but we'll see. Considering there's no SMT at the top of this, I'm assuming we're still in a buy model. ES is displacing lower though, so it could be due for a big retrace lower. I don't really see what we would go for other than this first unmitigated that I talked about. It's definitely possible. We'll see. If we get like a big flush coming into market open, we'll probably end up taking continuation shorts. We do have good LRL above though. I wouldn't be opposed of a Judas swing lower. Okay, we get a Judas up to probably target this data low. 15-minute. All right, yeah. We're actually rejecting off the 5-minute. That was created from the rejection of the 15-minute, so this isn't bad too. ES has an unmitigated 5-minute above though. Be wary of that. They may want to go higher here. Still not mitigated. Let me check 30-second. Yeah, not even a 30-second inverse. I hate that it does this. It glitches every time. Now I have to like, there we go. All right, let's see. Regardless, since this is like the whole manipulation leg, I would need to see this 4-minute get inversed if I wanted to take shorts. We may run higher though. Yes, they run higher. At this point, if they don't take this intermediate high, I'll probably just fade these shorts. Time is it? 9:44. Yeah, we still got time. I mean, no other news. Nice. Okay, we took out this intermediate high. Now we're in this hourly. I do want to see data low get taken out, but also at the same time, like I said, my bias that we're in a buy model is still holding strong. I just want us to rebalance, take out this data low before heading higher though. Oh, pretty good 30-second. Like I said with the 30 seconds, bro, they're really a hit or miss for me. I'm be honest. But because ES literally came up and rebalanced, we still have this unmitigated hourly though. NASDAQ literally came up and rebalanced everything. There's no reason for us to head higher other than the fact that we're in a buy model. But even if we're in a buy model, I'll be very surprised if, let me make sure, yeah. I'll be very surprised if this data low goes untouched. Relative equal lows, actually equal lows here, formed in London. Technically, this is high resistance, but we got a lot of distance on it. SMT here as well. I'll smack this 30-second for the back test. Can I say I won't take it on live if I lose it? No. We're taking it, all right? If we lose it, we lose it. But easy 1-to-1. 5-minute is, I don't know. Maybe we'll keep the 5-minute as protected, so we'll actually go for like a 1-to-1 here. But I have a really strong bias that we're gonna come down and mitigate that data low. There's no way we leave it. I just love this displacement on the 30-second. Did ES get it too? No, ES is a little weaker. Yeah, we'll try this 30-second. At the end of the day, I'm gonna have to learn how to take these 30 seconds eventually, because they do hit. I'm very bad at them. I just gotta learn when to judge good displacement versus bad displacement. I'm thinking of reasons why we would want to come up and remanipulate. Yeah, I'm gonna fade the 30-second only because I wanna take this very serious. I'm gonna fade the 30-second and I'm gonna wait. If we get a better Oh my god. No. Of course, bro. Of course. Ah, no. Wait, okay. We did not mitigate the data low. Trading up into it. We got a good inverse to the downside. Okay, I'm very confident in this draw. This is low-key a good 1-to-1. Is there SMT down here? There is a small SMT, but let me make sure is... Yeah, ES took data low. Oh, man. Because of this displacement, though, I'm so confident that NQ wants it. And there's equal lows here, too. Like, realistically, real time, I'm smacking this. 5-minute. Clear displacement lower, following macro. We're still in macro, so we can see more displacement. Yeah, I'll take this. All right, BE there. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I always have bad judgment when it comes to the 30 seconds. Like, I want to take more 30 seconds, but at the same time, like, I feel like whenever I fade them, I they end up delivering, and then the opposite when I don't fade them, bro, and I smack it, bro. It's annoying. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a back test session where I only take 30 seconds. Like, maybe we'll do that next weekend. We'll try only 30 seconds. That way I can get past my fear and actually get down to business on taking these 30 seconds. Let's keep it going, though. Pretty good week, bro. I mean, if February's like this, I mean, bet. Yeah, so we're coming down. We're very clearly going to come down and rebalance this unmitigated 4-hour we have below. ES seems like they already did. Oh, no, they didn't. Let me just mark this out so we can know exactly when it happens. So if ES keeps this edge like this, I will definitely target it. Wait, no, this is bullish. What am I doing? Yeah, if ES doesn't mitigate this on market open, let me check news. No news Thursday. If ES doesn't mitigate this, I'm definitely smacking a short. Yeah, they didn't take it. All right, we get a Judas swing on both. Okay, maybe like a 5 or a 15 minute. There's a 5-minute here with 3 minutes left to close. But there's also a ginormous unmitigated 15-minute above. Many unmitigated 15 minutes. And we did just sweep a whole lot of sell side. I wouldn't be opposed to that, but because we just have that unmitigated 4-hour, I think price might just draw to it just to at least get that little bit of push. I don't know. We'll see if we get a decent inverse. We're digging deeper into it. Clearly not an inverse. My thing. There you go. All right, that 15-minute above is still unmitigated. I wouldn't want to take shorts here. I'm hoping we at least touch it. Oh my god, bro. We don't have an inverse anyways. Bro, come on. Pull up. If ES mitigates this. All right, wait. Now we can probably see a push up. Inverse. I'll need this 2-minute. And I wouldn't mind a long here. Let me see what's below us. I always like to check below to make sure we don't have anything like... Nah, everything's pretty much cleared. Yeah, everything's cleared. These lows got swept. Mitigated that 4 hours. Seems like ES did the rebalancing they wanted to do. 2 minute, we have LRL above generated here. I guess you could say we're targeting high resistance because this wick is a rejection off of. Oh wait, no, we disrespected this 5 minute. I didn't even realize we disrespected the 5 minute. Okay, wait, this might be actually a good short. We have to wait for this 2 minute to get inverse though. Nice. Yeah, I like this. Oh, I just hate these R's, bro. That gap isn't mitigated yet. What's ES looking like? ES is still rejecting off that 2 minute, so we may get a pullback. Oh no, they inversed it. They're slightly rejecting off of the 5 minute and the 4 minute. Yeah, I mean I'm willing to take this higher, I guess, but I just this is probably gonna be a BE, just the way that it's looking. Because I know we're gonna get somewhat of a pullback from this. This is also a BPR, so we may see a rebalance of this. There's just a lot of reasons for price not to just automatically teleport up. We still got a couple minutes till macro. Maybe we displace completely, take this out first, and then we go BE. Yeah, I mean, if we touch this 15 minute, I'm automatically going BE though. This is probably gonna be a break even. Oh my god, wait, I'm dumb. I didn't put the position in. Holy bot. Yeah, so let's not short. All right, it's fine. We can still be BE. All right, let's see. Yeah, we mitigated this 15 minute, ran all of this buy side. If we're gonna continue higher, we'll do it now. If we're gonna get some sort of a retrace, if we trade back into the BPR, we can probably see continuation higher. But as of now, I'm BE on this. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Rebalance the BPR. Let's see. Yeah. ES also rebalanced. Check the 30-second. We got a 30-second inverse. Then we got remanipulation. It seems like we're gonna head higher. I mean, we generated a decent amount. I don't really like this though. I don't like this short anymore. The short idea was to mitigate this 15 minute, which we couldn't really get because by the time we did it, by the time we entered, we were pretty much already there. So maybe we see continuation shorts lower. That's honestly what it seems like. Let's see what we get here though. All right, clear this placement up. It seems like ES definitely wants these highs. I mean, the fact that NASDAQ took them already though. There's still unmitigated 15s above. This whole thing is an unmitigated 30 minute as well. Yeah, I just knew because we made this BPR, we were going to want to come down and rebalance, and then that would have been a BE. We'll see what we do here, though. Yeah, this is just pretty choppy. Yeah, see, we're running all this buy side, but we're just doing it in a very bad way that I don't want to be in. So, yeah, this is pretty tragic. Like, arguably, taking continuation shorts lower here would probably be better than getting in this long. This is just chop. Good trade idea. It's just that when we have days like this, it's hard for it's the same thing as that Friday, bro. Perfect trade idea, A+ setup, except that the conditions were just horrible, and you got to recognize when we have horrible conditions and when you're able to take these trades, because as a trader, it's not just about being right on the direction of the market. It's about having a good entry and making sure that you're protecting your capital efficiently, right? So whether that be this being a BE day or just not trading this, you want to make sure that although as you know, technical analysis masters, right? You want to make sure you're still being smart on when to trade and what setups you're taking, because although it'll play out, a lot of days they'll just be unprobable price action. There'll probably some economic news other than like Forex Factory. There's probably some like actual world news that causes choppiness, but I mean, market still moves the way that we know. It just sucks that it was just so choppy. All right, last day here, Friday. I don't want to make this too long. Yeah, so we traded back into this unmitigated 4-hour. Yeah, ES very clearly wanted to displace lower. So this is a intermediate low inside of a daily. That's pretty important. This one as well. Price has been suspended by this daily for like the whole week. And now we're finally interacting with the low that rejected off of it. On the 4-hour, rebalanced here. Unmitigated 4-hour above. Another unmitigated above that one. But because there's just so much displacement, I'm bearish towards this intermediate low. I have a feeling price is going to want to interact with it. But I do think we need to mitigate this 4-hour before we do that, just because of how close we got. Very clearly bouncing off of this 4-hour though, even though I know we want to displace through it eventually. This one is mitigated, then we rejected off of it, so that'll be more high resistance than this one. We'll see what we get though. Friday news? No. All right, no news Friday. Probably a seek and destroy day. Fridays are always either very choppy or just extreme displacement. No in between. Keep an eye on this 5 and 15 minute. All right, pre-market, we came and manipulated all these highs. So ideally, we want to head lower here. So I'm going to be watching out for a 5-minute being created here. Right, so this 5-minute gets closed. Guessing we manipulate higher. We edge the unmitigated 4-hour, which I'm not a fan of. I'm very good off this short, even though it just absolutely slams. This looks like a better setup though, especially because it's lining up with macro. We finally mitigate this 4-hour on, or not this 4-hour. We trade into this 4-hour on NASDAQ. Seems like ES just wants this low though, and I'm willing to just let them get it. I want us to head lower here, low key. Yeah. Maybe continuation shorts to that draw. If we get a 5 or 15 minute. Nope. Denied the 5-minute. We just reject off of 1 minute. Yeah. Very good engineering though below. ES takes the intermediate low. We're in macro. Decent inverse. Decent displacement. I really want NASDAQ to take this intermediate, but we have a good distance on it, and we also have SMT. SMT inside of a key level. We have an unmitigated 5-minute above, or is this 15? 15's not created yet. We have to wait 2 minutes. We have an unmitigated 5-minute above. There is a reason for price to head higher here, even if we're bearish, right? The only thing I don't like is structure is lacking a bit, right? Because we have this high resistance. There's not much accumulation. Usually we want to see a lot more chop when we're taking longs off of big displacement like this. How does the hourly look? All right, so hourly has 2 minutes, and if this closes bearish, it's kind of ridiculous to take a long here, right? So I think we wait the 2 extra minutes, see if we get the displacement, see if the 15-minute forms, and then also see if the hourly forms. All right, so it looks like we're getting that displacement. Hourly's rejecting. This is a better hourly candle than the other one, and then 15 is also formed. So now we have an unmitigated 15-minute. Now this whole leg is inversed. We have clear BE right here, right? So this isn't a bad trade. Take a look at ES. Yeah, ES is displacing up too. They're in the 2-minute. Could potentially reject, but they also have the unmitigated 15, so that's why I'm confident in this. And we'll target that unmitigated 15, which is right here. Wanted to see if we rebalanced that BPR, which technically we did, right? So we left the leg. This isn't bad RR. I don't like the fact we left a double bottom on ES, but I mean it's macro. Realistically, on an actual day, I'm taking this trade. I'm not gonna lie. It's macro. This is the prime time. If I'm losing this trade, Dodgy is too. That's how I cope. The only reason I want to put my stop lower here is because realistically, we don't have to displace through the 15-minute. We just have to rebalance it. So I think that's a good stop, right? Like that's pretty good. That way, I can at least get my 1-to-1. Let's see what we got here. Wait, let me check news. Did I check news? Just to double check. Yeah. All right, no news. Okay. Is ES in something? No. I mean, ES is in their 5-minute. Okay, we're also in a 5-minute. Yeah, there's a reason to go BE here. I was gonna say, I may not go BE, but I also may go BE. Although I wanted this to be our BE because this is technically the intermediate inside of the 5-minute. But if ES is also in the gap, this might just be a BE. There we go. Let's see what we get here. Ah, we BE'd. Wait. Oh, I didn't move my stop loss. No. We're counting that as a win. We're counting that as a win. Not my stop loss, my TP. My TP was supposed to be here, right? Didn't I put it? Yeah, my TP was supposed to be here. All right, we're counting that as a win. I don't care. If you watch till the end, comment. We're counting that as a win, bro. That's a win. I don't care. I forgot to move my thing. That wouldn't happen because there's only one TP and stop loss mechanism on TradingView. Over here, I have to do two different ones. I have to place the thing and I have to do the thing. All right. That's it. Appreciate you for watching. February is gonna be lit already. Looking like elite price action. What is this, week 3 or 4 of February? So deep into February, price action was amazing. Holy, bro. 100% win rate. Ending the video off on that. And yeah, let's get this new week coming up on Monday. And that's it.